People often ask me, can hypnosis really help a person to stop texting and driving? Well, it might initially sound surprising. The answer is yes, and it's not as remarkable as you think. Distracted driving, often caused by texting, accessing email, reading web pages, or scrolling through music or other files, is a habit. And like any other habit, it can be changed. Distraction with electronic devices is also a function of boredom. Self-hypnosis can equip your mind with alternatives to the mundane travels that we often have to experience. Of course, the devices themselves are to blame. A phone functions like a virtual tap on the shoulder from behind, and our psychology is wired not to ignore such powerful cues. If we haven't met before, my name is Dr. Richard Nongard. I'm a certified professional hypnotist, and like you, I've been guilty of electronic distraction while driving. So how did I learn to stop texting and driving through hypnosis? And how can you benefit? By learning self-hypnosis, we can break the habit of checking our phones when driving. We can develop new ways to cope with boredom and monotony when driving. And we can eliminate the internal urge to just check or just to see something, which is largely driven by the addictive nature of these devices. To do this, you can listen to this recording with an open mind, and of course not in the car, even though someone else is driving. The reason is simple. Since this is a hypnosis recording, I'm going to instruct you to close your eyes at some point. And driving with your eyes closed is probably the one thing more dangerous than texting and driving. Hypnosis is neither a magical nor a mystical state, nor a difficult state to achieve. Unlike Hollywood portrayals, it is simply a time that you set aside to learn something new that can be useful to you and commit to a plan of action that you will find helpful. Hypnosis uses relaxation techniques because in a relaxed state, we can set aside distractions of the day, like our phones, and worries about tomorrow, be mindful of the moment. It's in this resource state that we can access the powerful motivations that can help us set aside dangerous behavior like distracted driving and make a choice to change. During this session, I'll also introduce some experiential approaches to enhance your ability to resist the urge to use your phone when driving. We'll explore concepts like forgetting to remember to text or remembering to forget to text, and I'll emphasize that web surfing while driving is just as hazardous as texting. So to begin, find a comfortable place where you will not be disturbed, probably the chair where you're sitting in watching this video. You can choose to lie on the floor or a bed if you wanted to, but at no time during this recording will you be asleep, just deeply relaxed. You should, of course, turn off any phones or close out any windows that might have alerts like emails or messaging. And if needed, you could even pause the video for a moment to put a do not disturb sign on the door. Now that you've found a comfortable place to listen to this recording, let's start by paying attention to the breath. Usually we just breathe without giving it much thought, but now I want you to focus on your breath. Pay attention to the way it feels when you breathe the air in, and follow the inhale with your awareness as it travels through the back of your throat and into your lungs. As you bring your attention to the breath, notice that point when the inhale turns around like a swimmer in an Olympic swimming pool and becomes an exhale. There's no need to speed up or slow down the breath. We're not doing any special kind of breathing here. It's not a yoga class. We're just paying attention to the breath. Really, we're observing it. Each breath in and each breath out. And as you do this, it's perfectly okay to adjust for comfort, to scratch an itch, to move any muscles of your body where you might be holding tension. And as you notice those areas where you're holding tension, release that tension and relax your brow and unclench your teeth. And you can even drop your shoulders, relaxing your body into the chair where you sit as you pay attention to your breaths. At this point, you might notice your mind wandering or thinking or even wondering about the process. And that's perfectly fine. Like a fish swims in water, people swim in thoughts. And so go ahead and close your eyes down and recognize that for many people who are tied to electronic devices, your mind is used to juggling many thoughts throughout the day. And you might even be really good at thinking about multiple things at one time. There's no need to worry in hypnosis about your mind thinking as you pay attention to your breath, because that's what minds do, they think. So with the eyes closed down, just allow yourself to relax a bit more. Let the muscles that released the tension become heavy and relaxed. And as you continue to pay attention to the breath, breathing in, breathing out, relax a bit further into a resource state of open-mindedness and new learning. Over the next few minutes, you'll be learning new ways to enjoy driving without distraction, to set aside the many burdens that electronic devices demand from you. In fact, it feels pretty good to take this time free from distraction to focus on your attention on something as simple as your breath and to take a few minutes for yourself, doesn't it? With each breath and each moment, create an awareness of the internal power you have to take control over priorities and the demands of others. And even if the desire of your own mind to access information at the wrong time. Do you sense that internal power with each breath and each moment? Have you noticed that effortlessly in this process, your heart rate is slowed, your breathing has become more smooth and rhythmic? That is the power of self-hypnosis. And although I've guided you so far, it's you who've created this resource state that we call hypnosis, and so you can congratulate yourself. By even taking the short amount of time to listen to this recording, you've already magnified that internal power of yours. I'm going to count backwards now from 10 to 1, and with each number, each breath, allow yourself to let go a little bit more, never asleep, but deeply relaxed, letting go of the demands of the day. With each number, each breath, focusing your attention on this time, 10, relaxing more deeply, 9, letting go of any distractions, 8, feeling calm and at ease, 7, 6, 5, releasing tension, 4, 3, 2, feeling serene and centered, 1, deeply relaxed and ready to learn, 0. And in this moment of deep relaxation, notice the many thoughts you may have had at the outset of this session. And without effort, you've gained an internal power to accomplish what's important to you and to just let go. Hypnosis in many ways is like untying the knots of an old shoelace. Even when the knots are tight, we know that with the right light, the right attention, and perhaps a tool like a paperclip or a small knife, we can create an opening between the laces. Slowly but surely, they will begin to unravel and eventually become loose and usable in a way that better suits us. For many of us who wrestle with distracted driving, it's the knots of our job, our kids, our friends, or even the social media posts that wrap us tightly in the desire to check our devices every few minutes while driving down the road. But have you ever untied a really tough shoelace? And of course, untying something can lead to things of incredible value. Have you ever received a gift that was carefully wrapped and even tied with a bow? By untying that bow and opening the paper, your surprise and joy at what was inside made you feel pretty happy, didn't it? And I'm happy you've decided to give this gift to yourself of learning today. Learning something new and giving the gift of life to your family, friends, and other drivers on the road. And as you allow these thoughts to sink in, I'll continue to count, helping you to go even deeper into this place of commitment. 5, 4, 3, all the way down now, 2, becoming more open to change. 1, embracing your new awareness. And 0, fully relaxed and ready to transform your habits. And let's start doing that by reminding ourselves that you used to drive without texting. And remember that? When you first learned how to drive, or even before these distractions were widely available. We always know we can do something if we've done something before, and so you can set aside these distractions and even return to some of the things you used to do when driving, like singing along with the radio or planning out your day in your mind. In fact, people often drive just to take the opportunity to clear their heads, and driving is a great chance to practice just being present. Of course, in this moment, you've taken the time to learn hypnosis, not just because it's helped you to create a relaxation and internal power, but also specifically to stop becoming distracted by your electronic devices. And the good news is that you've already done what's needed to stop texting and driving or reading emails or checking social media or web pages. You've done this by learning to focus in the moment and paying attention to your breath. And so over the next day or two, week or two, or even over the next few months, you'll notice something when that virtual tap on the shoulder is felt. You'll notice how by leaving your phone where it lies, you can return your focus to the moment by simply paying attention to the breath. Although it might sound simple, using your breath as a focal point anytime you find yourself distracted is a powerful way to live in the moment and to let wait what can wait. In doing so, you'll find it easy to deploy this simple habit while driving. And now, of course, there are practical things you can do to help eliminate distractions. Some of them are proactive. By turning your phone into airplane or driving mode, or even silent mode before getting in the car, the old axiom, out of sight, out of mind, comes into play. I recommend always putting your phone on an inside pocket or inside of the car door on silent mode, because that way the light from your screen will not capture your attention. These are suggestions, but they're suggestions you can act on with confidence because you've taken the time to create an internal power and change your previous behaviors by listening to this hypnosis session. You see, you've entered into a new chapter of life where new patterns and new habits, and where driving is no longer monotonous or boring, but a chance to be mindful and untied from distraction, which will bring you a sense of well-being. Driving becomes an opportunity to study the sights that you pass and to feel the feeling of the steering wheel and to appreciate the art of paying attention. Just as you become relaxed and attentive in the session, you can create these resource states behind the wheel of your car. And you notice something? That freedom from stress can have a specific application to ending your technology habit when driving. But that everything in this recording can apply to any other stressor at any other time in life. Intuitively, you can practice these principles of releasing yourself from the knots of stress, both in mind and body, as you practice your new awareness of self-hypnosis and mindfulness in every aspect of life. And you might even be amazed at how you can set aside the distraction of your phone when you take your next car ride and look back and realize you turned the volume off, set the phone out of sight, simply didn't use it. You'll be amazed at how easy it is to sustain these new habits. But of course, there might be a time when you forget to do this, and the beep, buzz, or vibrations of your obligations and the curiosity of that tap on the shoulder might ask for your attention. In that moment, simply breathe in and exhale, noticing the breath. And that ring can just be a ring without you having to continue to believe your old idea that it now needs attention. And so right now, tell yourself, it feels good to just be present in this moment and free from distraction. It feels good to be in this present moment and free from distraction. And should a time come when that virtual tap on the shoulder demands your attention, repeat this phrase and return your attention to the breath. You'll notice that the first time you do this, a new neural association is created, and each and every time this happens, you'll reinforce the learnings of this recording. At this point, it's time to forget to remember to text, or to remember to forget to text. These might sound like paradoxes, but they're actually powerful tools. Imagine you're driving and you suddenly remember that you were going to check a text. But as quickly as that thought enters your mind, as if a curtain falls, and you forget what you said, the urge to text just dissolves, and you'll find yourself focusing back on the road and on your breath and on the experience of driving. It's as if you forgot to remember to text. Or perhaps as you're driving, you feel the slight buzz of the phone in your pocket. You're aware of it. But instead of reaching for your phone, you remember that you've decided to forget about it until later. As you recall this decision with a sense of calm, let the thought of texting slip away. It's no longer important. These techniques of forgetting to remember or remembering to forget create a powerful barrier against the impulse to check the phone. From this point forward, any buzz, vibration, or attention demanded by your phone in your own mind will immediately be equated with the hazard and distraction that it is. In your mind, you can, from this point forward, whether you are tempted to check a text, an email, or browse the web, you can let go of those thoughts. As you let go of those thoughts and no longer reach from your phone, you can remind yourself that it's simply not worth the risk. And you can recall the feeling that you felt when you listened to this recording, because you've trained your mind to experience the phone in the car in a way that's different than you have in the past. I want to congratulate you for the choice that you've made today. The choice that you've made to create a new experience while driving, to practice mindfulness, deep relaxation while maintaining your attention, and to free yourself from the distraction of texting and driving, or web surfing and driving, or even checking for music files while driving. Enjoy your time on the road. Enjoy your health. Enjoy the care that you have for your car and for others on the road. And right now, with the next breath in, let a smile come on your face, because you've made an important step in breaking that habit of texting and driving. And with the next breath in, let that breath fill your lungs with oxygen, and that oxygen can energize your body. And in a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 3. And when I do, open your eyes, ready for the rest of the day. 1. Again, focusing on this moment, feeling the chair below you, the air in the room around you. 2. Taking in another breath, stretching out any muscles that need to be stretched. And 3, opening the eyes, feeling fantastic. If your eyes aren't open yet, go ahead and open your eyes. Notice that smile on the face. I wish you luck in your journeys and in your travels, keeping your mind on the road and your mind on the health that you can create and share with others by practicing mindfulness rather than texting and driving. Enjoy, safe, focused, and be fully present in the moment on the road next time you travel. If you found this recording beneficial, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. In doing so, you'll let the algorithm know that this was a video of value, and that'll tell them to show it to other people who will also be able to benefit. So share the video. Let me know in the comments in what ways this hypnosis recording was helpful to you, and happy and safe motoring to you